Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. So we continue with our topic, which is joining sentences, and today we are going to look at something called ta'liliya and istidrakiyah. Yeah, ta'liliya and istidrakiyah. But before that, I'm going to recap the things that we have covered so far, inshallah, so that it's still fresh in your mind. So the types of the connection that we looked at, one was vocative, which is nida on a munada, oath, which is your qasam, when you swear by Allah's name, conditions and results, this is your shartiyah. Yes, and we had different types of shartiyah. And then we did our amar and nahi. This one is actually the answer to a command or a forbidding. Yeah? Not all commands, not all forbidding, we have a response. Yeah, but some do, and this is where this comes in. Yeah. Then today, inshallah, we will finish off with ta'liliyah and istidrakiyah. Now, vocative, like what we saw, I put it in a little table. I've summarized it basically, what we have covered so far. And what we basically need to know that for a nida, there is a jawab nida. Yes, there is an answer to a vocative. Okay, so here we have two parts to the nida. The half that we use and whom we are calling, yeah, the munada that we are calling. And of course, in reply to what we're saying to him, okay, or to him or to her or to them. Yeah. The thing here I wanted to highlight again was the different types of munada, because who we call will determine how we treat the munada. Yes. So if we are calling someone specific, we know him by name and is one person. Okay, one person, then we say Zaidu, ya Zaidu, for example, yeah, or Ahmadu, and so on and so forth, yeah. But remember that this dhamma, yeah, doesn't mean that it is marfu. It's actually mabni, and it's mabni on dam, yes, and it's still fi mahali nasab, yeah. Whatever it is, your munada is nasab. Yeah, but it's how you see the sign that is different. Yeah. So in this case, for example, we still say it's mabni, even though we are addressing someone we might not know. Yeah, this particular person that we know. There's a man in front of us. We don't know his name, so we say ya rajul. Yeah, oh man, or ya rajulani. There were two guys in front of us, for example, or a group of people, for example. Yeah, we are addressing a particular group of people. It's just that we don't call them by name, not like the first case. So in this case, it will be still mabni in terms of rafa, yes, but the signs would be different depending on whether it is singular, dual, or plural. Yeah, so it's still mabni ala dam, just like this, but it depends on whether it's one person, two persons, or a group of persons. Yeah, so this would be dhamma for singular, alif for dual, and waw jama'ah for a group of people. Yeah.
But Maaf, is it still nas?
Yes, it's still mabni ala dam.
Even though it's
yes,
okay.
It's still fi
Ala
mahali.
dam, but nas, but
yeah, fi we would say fi mahali nasab. Yeah, fi mahali nasab. Okay. However, when we go to this here, when it's a group of people we don't know, it's just a general thing. Yeah, like this one, we're looking at them while we're saying it to them. Yeah, although we don't know their names. But in this one, we're just addressing a group of people. Like in khutbah Jumaat, when the Hatib speaks to the congregation, he will say, Ya asiyan, no, O sinners. Okay, for example. In this case, it's no longer mabni, it's actually mansubun bil fathah. Yeah, but it's still nasab. It's still nasab. Yes, it's always nasab. Then we have the two other cases where it is mudaf and shabihun bil mudaf, meaning it looks like a mudaf. Yeah, it behaves like a mudaf, but it's not a mudaf, but it's similar. So we have Ya Talib al-Ilm, Ya Talib al-Ilm, or student, seeker of knowledge, for example. In this case, the first part, the mudaf, is mansub. It's still mansub. Here, because it's not really mudaf, so we see here we have, sorry, that's not a kasra there, that should be a fatatain. Ya taliban, that kasra should be under the lam. Ya taliban lil ilm. This is what I mean by it looks like a mudaf. Because we're still talking about students of knowledge or seekers of knowledge. But it's written in a different way. In this case, because it's not a mudaf, we have a fatatain, not a single fatha, but two fathas. We have fatatain here. So here becomes your taliban. But all the cases, it's nasab. All the cases, it's nasab. Then when we reply, the jawab nida will always be something that is in the form of a command, something like a command. So it is, that's why it's kum. In this case, Ya Abdullah, kum, stand. Okay, so that's vocative. Now oath is more straightforward. We have the qasam, and you know that we can only swear by Allah. Allah can swear by any of His creations, but we, His creation, swear only by Him. We can't swear by any other maqsum bihi. Then we have the jawabul qasam. Here I have kind of like put together some examples of how the jawab will be like. And usually the jawab will have some form of emphasis. Not all the time, like this one it doesn't have, but this, yes, we have emphasis. So we have that the lam for ta'kid. This is what we call muzalaqah, which comes with the nun shadda. And then lan, which is a negation, that is that's strong. Laqad, of course, that's tahqiq, when you say this is confirmed true. Innahu, this is also ta'kid. So you can see, and B here is for emphasis as well. This is half of jaw for emphasis. So biqazibin, but it won't have a translation. It won't have a translation. It's just that the meaning of emphasis is there. So it shows you the positive jawabs and the negative jawabs. So the negative jawab with ma and lan, these are negatives, whereas this is to emphasize something that is true, that is positive. So that's your jawab. Then we had conditional sentences. We went through four different types of conditions: 0, first, second, and third. 0 meaning it's just a normal shart, nothing unusual. If you do this, this is what happens. If you do that, this is what happens. Only that we classified it under present or future. Something that's happening now, something that will happen if you do this. Then we said there was a second set, which was like unreal, where it is something that is possible. Of course, it is possible for you to be successful. But it's not likely to happen because you're a lazy person, so you're not going to be successful. Or so they say. And then of course there's a case of if you had worked hard. I mean, during that time, if you had worked hard, you would have been successful. But that time has come and gone, so you can't go back anymore. So if I had been careful, I wouldn't have had the accident, something like that. But the accident has happened, you can't change it. So it's one of those cases of what if. And we are, in our deen, we are warned against this sort of situation where we get caught up with what if I had not done it. That sort of regret is not something that is encouraged. Okay. Then we went on to talk about the command and prohibition. Remember I said not all cases of command needs an answer, but there are some that does. So for example, work hard. This is the ijtahid. Ijtahid is to work hard, tanja, and you will be successful. As you can see, both parts of the command and the jawab are both majzoom. There must be an amil that makes both of these majzoom. Then we have just a case of forbidding, but there are two ways it can be. One, when it is majzum. Two, when it's mansub. Majzum, of course, when we are dealing with la taksal tanjah, for example, do not be lazy and you'll be successful. Yes, but you have a la here, so this is actually negating. Yeah, and here we have something that acts upon it. Yeah, for example, this fa makes the tandamu becomes tandama. Yeah, it becomes mansub. So this one acts on the fi'il. Okay, this one acts on the fi'il. This one makes the fi'il lightest in both cases because we are forbidding. No, it's not really. I used the wrong word. I can't say it's actually negation because it's not really negation. Because this, if we talk about negation, normally we're not looking at lightest. You know, we're just not doing something. But when we're telling someone not to do something, when we prohibit him from doing something, then we have the case of majzum. Yeah, and then of course we have this other case where it is mansub as well. Yeah, like this is. We were learning all the different types of fa. Yeah, so go through again all the different types of fa that we have that will make it mansub, inshallah. Okay, let's start on what we want to do tonight. Ta'liliya. Yeah, ta'liliya. Now, what is it? Okay, it's basically a sentence. Yes, it's basically a sentence that comes after a previous sentence, and it is like a maf'ul lahu. It answers the question why. Yes, why is a maf'ul. A maf'ul lahu is a word that answers a question. Oh, okay, or it can be a masdar mu'awwal, a group of words. Yeah, that represents an isim. The maf'ul lahu. Yeah, but we also have like I'm saying now here, a whole sentence that is ta'liliyah, and it is what gives you the reason or the cause that something has happened or about to happen. Yeah, so this is what we call a causal sentence. Yep, causal from cause. A jumlatun ta'liliyah is translated by adding in English, you know, words like for, because, so that, perhaps, yeah, between the two sentences. Yeah, and sometimes we don't have a word between the two sentences. It's understood that the second sentence is the result of the first. Yeah, so we'll see some examples. Now here, be good to your parents because, this is the English version, because they looked after you when you were young. So of course the red one is your ta'liliyah. You know why? Because they looked after you when you were young, so you should be good to your parents. Yeah, so this is an easy example to understand. Now there are types of causal sentences, of course, and we will look at three types. Yes, there are three types here that we're going to mention. One with no additions, as I said, when the second sentence is understood as the reason why the first thing happened. Okay, the first sentence happened. Then we have another one where we use the fa, the harfu atf fa. Remember this sababiyah. Yeah, this was what we were saying. And then we have also a half of nasb or mushabbah bil fi'l of la'alla. Yeah, so that. Yeah, so that. So like a because or so that. So this is what it is. So one with addition, one with fa, and the other one with la'alla. Let's look at the one without any additions. Okay. So ahsinu anna Allaha yuhibbul muhsinin. Yeah. Ahsinu inna Allaha yuhibbul muhsinin. So do good. So this is what you need to do. Why? Because Allah loves those who do good. Yeah. So this is the answer. So in this text, the second sentence, Allah loves those who do good, shows the reason for the command in the first. Be good. Yeah, be good. So ahsinu. Okay, so action, do good. And then why? because Allah loves those who do good. Now then we have type 2, yes, the type 2 that comes with a half pa of fa, and this fa, as I said, means sababiyah, because sabab, yes, the reason, like u'budullaha fa innahu khalaqaka, yes, khalaqak, for example. So basically, worship Allah, u'budullah. Why? He created you, yeah, because indeed He created you. So in this text, the second sentence, yeah, He created you, shows the reason for the first, yeah, the command in the first. So action again, reason, same flow, yeah, same flow. We can have something that will occur the other way around. For example, Allahu Rabbi wa Rabbukum fa'buduh, yeah. Allah is my Lord and your Lord, so worship Him, yeah. Rather than what we saw previously, the green color was in front. Now the green color is at the back, yeah, at the back. So in this text, the first sentence, Allah is my Lord and your Lord, is the reason for the command in the second sentence. Yeah, the command is not in the first anymore, it's in the second sentence. So it can also happen this way, yeah. So we have the reason.
So,
yes.
So can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So if it's before, then it is always far, the next sentence that is supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be either way, because this far is still far. Yeah, but here it's in front.
If the worship had been in front, then would far be on the next sentence?
If worship is in front, yes, far would be in there, because He created you. Yeah, worship Allah because He created you.
So the far is never in front.
No, it's not. It's not in. No, it's not in front, because it's always the reason why. What comes after the far is the reason why.
No, but if the reason why is in front, then won't the far be in front?
Oh yeah, then the far is not in front. It's still in the middle, because we are now saying that so. Here is so worship Him. Yeah, this is the action that you have to do. Whereas when the far, when it's the other way around, as you said, this is because. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes. So action, reason, and then still reason, action. Yeah. Reason, action. So we have a look. Sorry about that. Yeah, you're right. No, the far is never in front of either. It's always here, but it depends on how you look at the flow. Yeah, Allahu Rabbi wa Rabbukum. So this is actually the reason, and here is the command. So worship Him. Yeah, the command comes after, whereas in this case, yeah, the command comes first. Why? Because He created you. But then you would use the word because. Yeah. So this is the type 2 with a fa particle. So either way you can do. Alhamdulillah. Then we have type 3, which is la'alla. So here, ittaqullah la'allakum tuflihun. Yeah, fear Allah so that you may be successful. Yeah, fear Allah so that you may be successful. So in this text, the second sentence shows the reason for the command in the first sentence. Yeah, so this is how it goes. Action and the reason, and then we have here we just taking this part part here is just the maf'ul bihi and your fi'il fa'il. Yeah, the first part. The second part here is your half nasab, and here is your ismu la'alla. Yeah, ismu Allah will be fi mahali nasab, and habarun la'alla will be fi mahali rafa. Yeah, so that's how we go. So let's do a little exercise. Sister Shiraz, are you able to release your microphone? Are you able to speak? Or are you just listening? Alhamdulillah. Good. So now let's...
If you had been there for the wudu, I was waiting.
Subhanallah. Isbiru فإن الله مع الصابرين. So how would we translate this?
Okay, be patient, so that because indeed Allah is with with those being patient.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Yes, we can say because, we can also say for, yeah, and Allah is with the patient. Good, alhamdulillah. Yeah, here we are, Sister Momina. كَذَلِكَ يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ آيَاتِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. Is there anything here that you do not understand?
كذلك, is that therefore?
We can just say like thus. Yes, thus. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thus Allah makes clear unto you His signs,
Yeah.
that you may, so that you may reflect, no, or whatever.
Yes, good. Yes, so that you can think. Yeah, you might reason. Yes, reflect is a good word. Alhamdulillah. But I'm taking the official translation, so here it is. Thus does Allah make clear to you His verses that you might use reason. Yeah, most of my translations for the Quran will come from Sahih International, just to let you know the source. Yeah, but of course, your own translation is just as good. Yeah, if not better. Okay, about this one, Sister Shiraz, we see this often. I think we always see this. Ustaz Hashim likes to warn us against shaitan, which is very good. We should always be aware of him.
So, so do not follow the footsteps of shaitan, because he for you is an open, enemy.
Yes, clearly he is your enemy.
Open.
Yeah, so alhamdulillah. And then here, this is a slight difference, Sister Momina. I'm going to give you the English. I'm going to give you the English. Can you come back to me with the Arabic? Alcohol, you can take it as hum, yeah?
Okay. So what is forbidden? Haram.
Oh yes, haram.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. Haram, forbidden is haram. You know what drink is, right? Drink is
sharibas.
if it is he drinks,
Sharbu.
I would say yashribu. Yeah, yashrabu. Yeah, yashrabu if he drinks. But this is so do not drink it. Yeah, so do not drink it. So he's talking about you. Yeah, he's talking about you. So you won't say yashrabu for you. You would say something else.
Yashrabu.
Yes, that's right. So how would we say?
So must I start with a verb?
No. This is a jumla ismiyah. This is jumla ismiyah.
Khamrun.
Yeah.
Khamrun. Haramun.
Yes, that's one way. Yes, that's one way. Yeah.
Haramun.
You can. It's al khamru would be better because then it would be generic.
Al khamru haramun.
So what's the word that we looked at just now? We saw this one. Yeah.
This one, yeah.
Yeah. What's this one?
Okay. فإنه تشربوه.
How do we say do not drink? Do not.
Oh,
drink.
لا تشربوه.
Yes, that's right. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, so it's simple jumla ismiyah al khamru because we usually use al when we mean as a kind or one jins. And then haramun, which you're right. Yeah. Fala tashrabu ha. Yeah, ha for it.
It's like feminine.
Yes.
Feminine.
Yes, it is feminine. Yeah, for it will be feminine. No, khamr. Alhamdulillah. Good. Now we go to istedrakiyah. Now this is a very interesting word. Okay. By definition, it's an independent sentence. We're talking about the sentence. Yeah, we're not talking about the components. Okay, the sentence itself is istidrak. We look at the whole sentence. Yeah, and this sentence, what it does is it removes something that we have made. We have made an assumption based on another sentence before it. Okay, that means if you just hear the previous sentence, this is what you think it means. Yeah, but when you have an istidrak, it will actually counter what you thought it meant. Okay, so this is why we mean by contrast. Or sometimes you say it's corrective. That means it corrects your assumption. Yeah, so this is why we call it istidrakiyah, or in English, contrastive or corrective sentence. Yeah. So it's translated by adding but, however, on the contrary. Sometimes we have that phrase as well, on the contrary, yeah, as opposed to, yeah. So this is what we mean by contrastive or corrective. So we just like how do you say, Ta'liliya had 3 types. The contrastive sentence has 2 types. Alhamdulillah, only 2. Okay. One, when we have lakin. 2, when we have lakinna. Yeah, so one is ghair amil, the other one is amil. Yeah, lakinna, you know, it's like half of nasb, so what follows it becomes nasab. Yeah, whereas this one, not necessarily. So nothing, it doesn't do anything. But it has the meaning of istidrakiyah. Yeah. Then sometimes it comes with a wa. Both of them will come with a wa. We see this in the Qur'an everywhere, almost everywhere. And this would be your harfu atfin. Harfu atfin. Okay. But here, I put here that lakin can also be harfu atfin. Yeah. So that's why I emphasize we're looking at the whole sentence. I'm not looking at the components. Say when lakin comes with a wa, it's no longer atfin anymore, because wa is already atfin. So you don't have atfin back to back. You already have atfin back to back, if ever. Yeah. So then it can only be harfu istidrak. Yeah, istidrak. That's all it does. There is no, it doesn't connect this to that. Yeah, it's like saying Mary goes to school, yeah, but Mary goes to school, but Maryam goes to university. So there is no connection between Maryam going to university and Mary going to school, but we still use but. Yeah, so this is what I mean when it's istidrak by itself. There is no connection between the 2 sentences. Usually, yeah. There is some connection, but not, like I said, we're talking about how they were educated. One went to school, one went to the university, yeah? But there is no like wa lakin. When we'll see an example what I mean by when we say wa lakin, then there is a more intimate connection between the 2 sentences. Yeah, it's not just a straightforward this or that, or this and that. Yeah, it's not as straightforward as this. When you have wa, as you know, in Arabic, when there are more letters or words you use, the meaning is added. There's addition to the meaning. Yeah. So this is atfin, and this is of course your mushabbahun bil fi'il. Yeah, lakin and walakin. Let's see what happens. So now here I'm saying that lakin will behave like half atfin with the meaning of istidrak. Okay, what do I mean by this? So here, for this to happen, it must fulfill certain conditions. Bishurut, yeah, with these conditions. First, there is no waw before it. La ta'ti qablaha waw. Yeah, doesn't come. A waw does not come before it. Yeah. If waw comes before it, then of course waw is the harf atfin, and the lakin would just be istidrak. Yeah, it won't be doing the joining. And ayakunu qabliha nafi or nafi. That is before it there must be a negation or forbidding. Okay, this is another condition for it to be atfin. Like for example here, lam aqra dars. Yeah, lam aqra dars. Yeah, so lakin hafiztul Qur'an. Yeah, lakin here is half atfin with the meaning of istidrak. Yeah, but I memorized the Qur'an. Yeah, I memorized the Qur'an. Now, basically I'm giving you the translation. It can only be a conjunction under certain circumstances. It's not preceded by wow. Yes, what I said. It's not. It is preceded by negation and prohibition. That must be there. If not, it's like a case of, like I said, Mary went to school, but Maryam went to university. Yeah, so there is a but there is no real connection between the two, because one is not negating, and it's not the negation of the other. Yeah, there's no connection like that. I did not read the lesson, but I memorized the Quran. Yeah, so when this is something like this, there is a connection, meaning that even though I didn't learn, yeah, I could still memorize the Quran, something like that. Yeah, this is what we're saying. Yeah, not like Mary went to school and Maryam went to university. Yeah, so there is no connection per se. So let's compare how we use this and this. Yeah, walakin and lakin, and we look at the best way is i'rab, I think. Yeah, so we understand this. This is our lam. This is nafi and jazm. You know, lam makes this did not. Yeah, the meaning of did not comes into play. And here's of course your mudari, and it is majzoom because of the lam. Yes, and the sign is of course sukun on top of the hamzah. But because of these two sakins, there is a kasrah under the hamzah. Yeah. Dasa is of course maf'ul bihi. You know, what did you read? The lesson. Lakin here is your harfu atfin. Yeah, with the meaning of istidrak. And here's your fi'il madin and your Qur'an. Yeah, so this is maf'ul bihi of this. This is your second sentence. That's your first sentence. Remember, we're talking about joining two sentences. So this is that case. Yeah, when this harf atfin. Now, what happens when there is a wa and negation? This is negation, right? Oh. So here, walakin hafiztul Qur'an. Yeah, so here, all of this is the same. Nothing has changed. The only part that has changed is now there's a waw. And now we have harfu istidrak. Yes? And the rest are still the same. So, what's the difference? What's the difference? Yeah, so this is where we look a little bit at the ma'ani part of it. Yeah, why is there a difference? Remember, like I said, when there's an addition of a word in Arabic, there's normally an addition to the meaning. Okay, so let's look at the translation. With and without wa for lakin. So here, lam aqra darsa walakin hafiztul Qur'an. The translation would be, I did not read the lesson, yet I memorized the Quran. Yeah, yet I'm able to memorize the Quran, or however you want to say it. Yeah, so here there is a rhetorical softness between the two sentences. Yeah, it's not a straightforward but. Yeah, it's not a straightforward but. You know, yet I'm able to memorize the Quran. This is the meaning that you want to set. Yeah, this is the meaning that you want to set. In this case, without the wa, it will be just but. I memorized the Quran. That's it. Nothing I want to say to you. Nothing I want to. Sorry, that's one Z, one that. So this is in Britain and this is in the States at the moment. But you know it's the same word, right? So I memorized the Quran. Yeah, so this is more straightforward. Just means but. Istidrak on its own. I mean, it's like an no. This is actually it itself is huruf harf atfin. Yeah, is a huruf atfin with the meaning of istidrak. Yes, like I said just now. We said here. I just want to remind you. Yeah, so it is harf atfin with the meaning of istidrak. This when it's istidrak by itself. Why? Because another word has come in to give the meaning of atfin here. Yeah. So, but because like I said, there is more words here. Walakin with the extra wa, there's an extra meaning to it. Yeah. There's an implication here. Hey, I didn't read the lesson yet. I can memorize the Quran. Yeah. This one is just I did not read the lesson, but I memorized the Quran. Yeah, so it's just a straightforward contrast. Yeah, so this is the difference between the two. So now what happens when we replace lakin with lakinna? Lakinna. You know that lakinna is your mushabbahun bil fi'il, yeah? So that means it whatever follows now becomes nasab. When we say that, what happens is actually we need to have something called isim, lakin or isim kana, inna, and habar inna or habar lakinna. Okay, so here samat Zainabu lakinna Fatimata ma samat. Yeah, so here as you can see we have a change. Yeah, Fatimata is your isim lakin, it's become mansub, and ma samat. Yeah, ma samat fi'il fa'il. Now Ustad did not make a differentiation between the translation of lakin and walakin, yeah, but that meaning is there. Yeah, so in this case it's just a straightforward Zainab fasted but Fatimah did not fast. Yeah, Zainab fasted but Fatimah did not fast. Remember we said that this is only atfin when there is a negation in front, but there's no negation in front. So this is why he did not differentiate between the two. Yes, he did not differentiate between the two. And here samat Zainabu walakinna Fatimata ma samat. Also there is no negation before this, and so it's more or less the same. Yeah, but we can, based on just what I said, because it's an extra word, wa is added, walakinna, there's this tone that, you know, Zainab fasted but Fatima did not fast. It's as if we are criticizing Fatima. That element of critic is there, whereas this is more like stating something that is a fact. Yeah, so this is where the rhetoric comes in. Yeah, so that is that slight tone, that slight difference when you say walakin, that wa. Yeah, so Zainab fasted but Fatima did not fast. Why didn't she fast? You know, that sort of tone. Whereas this is like she fasted but she did not, you know, no nothing in it about it. And of course we know that lakinna also introduces the element of emphasis, yeah, in an element of emphasis as well. Okay, so if we were to translate it, we would say something like this. Why there is lakinnani now and not just lakin hafiztu? You know, like when we saw the other lakin, which was not your half of nasb, yeah, because we need to have the isim. Yeah, we need to have the isim, not just the habar. So that's why we have the li. I did not read the lesson, but indeed I memorized the Quran. Yeah, here as well, lakinnani, now with the wa, yet indeed I memorized the Quran. Yeah, this is how I would translate it. So here, just to remind you, the ni is your damirun muttasilun fi mahali nasab isim lakin. Yeah, inshallah. Okay, let's do a bit of exercise just to see whether we understood what's going on. I'm not particular about the translation, just that you understand that when we add something, there's always that extra meaning. Nothing happens as a coincidence. There is always a reason why Allah has worded certain things a certain way. Yeah. So here, Assalamu alaikum, Sister Quratul Ain. Are you able to join us today, or are you just listening?
Yeah, no, I couldn't come earlier, but now I'm here.
Okay.
I want to join.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So I'm sure you've seen this before, yes? Allah. Yes. So how would we translate this one?
Allah, what would you call? There's a harf of tanbih, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Allah. Yeah. So How would you say? Beware. Beware. Beware.
We can say that.
Or,
Yes. Yes. No problem.
Beware. The promise of Allah is true. However, most of them do not know.
Do not know. So, inshallah, I will add to my translation what you have said, inshallah. And if I forget what you have said, I will check with you again. Yes, so basically, beware. The promise of Allah is indeed true, but most of them are not aware. Is it? That's what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I said, however.
However.
I think that when it comes with wow, then there is that however. I think however conveys the walakin very well. I mean, as close as English can get to Arabic.
Perfect. Yes, inshallah. This one is the official translation. Yeah, so I just put in that, and then I will put in there, because we are, after all, students of knowledge, and we should put down what we know, inshallah.
Inshallah.
All right, now, Sister Momina, وَمَا ظَلَمْنَهُمْ وَلَكِنْ كَانُوا هُمُ الظَّالِمِينَ. This is
and we have not wronged them.
Yes.
But they did wrong themselves.
Yes.
They were wrongdoers.
We can say, however, yes, as what Sister. Or we can
they
just.
Rather.
Yet they were the wrongdoers. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
And we did not wrong them, but it was that. This is also the official translation, inshallah. Okay, Sister Shiraz. A bit long for you. Anything there you do not know the meaning of?
لكن الرسول والذين آمنوا معه جاهدوا بأموالهم وأنفسهم. لكن الرسول, but the Rasul and the people.
What sort of people are we looking
who
at?
believed?
Yes.
The people who believed along with him. Jahadu, they strived. Bi amwalihim, with their wealth or
wealth. Yes, correct.
Wealth, and with their lives.
Yes.
And anfusahim.
Yes, alhamdulillah. So this is, of course, with regards to the munafiq. Yeah, the ones who pretend that they believe, but they don't believe. And they have wealth, and yet when they're asked to fight, they did not fight. They said, can we just stay behind? Yes, yeah. Whereas the messenger and those who did believe, they went out. Yeah, not only did they fight with their wealth, they fought with their lives. Subhanallah. So here we are. And then back again to Sister Qurratu Ain. Here, Rasihin are those who are firm. Yeah? The meaning here, those who are firm.
Yes. لكن الراسخين في العلم منهم. Actually, there is okay, sorry. Yeah, but the ones grounded in knowledge among them,
okay,
and the believers the believers who believe in what has been sent down upon you.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Yes, which has been revealed to you or sent down upon you, when we understand what that means. Alhamdulillah. Good.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so happy all of you knew your Quran inside out, outside in. Here,
actually, can I just say something? Sorry.
Back to the slide.
There's a mistake in that. There's a mistake. That's why I stopped. Because
okay. Yes.
It is not it is not lakini rasikhin. It's lakini rasikhuna fil ilmi minhum.
Lakinna is nasab.
No, but no. It is not lakinna here. It's in the Quran where the ayah is. It is lakini rasikhuna fil ilmi minhum. Yeah, if it was lakinna, then it will be rasikhin. but it's not lakinna, it's lakinir rasikhuna fil ilmi minhum. It's ayah number 162.
Yes, Surah An-Nisa. Yes, Surah An-Nisa.
So there's a error in the print.
Okay. This one, I copied it from the Musaf that I have online. Okay.
The Musaf never changes. So.
Subhanallah.
And maybe one can do this ayah outside of the Quran, like, just try to modify it, just not say this is Quran, and then, and then try to work out what lakinna is doing. That is fine. But if it's from the Quran, then it's lakinir rasikhuna fil ilmi minhum.
Wow. Subhanallah. Okay. I will correct that. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see. Now let's go and see the next one. We are going to talk about other types of istidrak. Yeah, harfu istidrak. Yeah, and see whether it is useful to you. Here. Right, I'm sure you know lakin. We've just talked about lakin and how we can translate it and so on and so forth. Then we also have illa. Remember illa? This is hasr, yeah, exception, istisna, and this can also be used with the meaning of istidrak. Yeah, istidrak. Sometimes it is like that. Yes, as you can see in this particular example. We will come back to this example because this particular ayah has two types of meaning to it. Yeah, that is, it's how do you say it? There's two meaning to it. Like that some hurufs have dual functions, some even have triple functions, and some can be an isim 1 minute and half another minute. Yes, so there's certain words that have many hats. So ila is one of them as well. And bal, I'm sure you've seen bal because this is the well-known istidrak. Actually, bal is actually the well-known istidrak. Yes. So that's how it is. Okay. Okay, so this is actually, right, my goodness, so maybe I should highlight it to Ustad, yeah. The example. Okay, here. وَقَالُوا Yes?
Yeah, which one did you say? Which one?
No, the Surah An-Nisa. The Surah An-Nisa should be highlighted. Maybe they didn't.
Maybe one of his students didn't realize there is
Yes, pardon.
Yeah, I'm sure he delegates responsibility to others. Yeah.
Subhanallah. Okay. Okay, yes. Sister Shiraz, can you read this? Can you read this for me? This 2116. Sister Shiraz?
Yes, sister.
Yeah.
Yes. Which one?
Here, this one.
وقالوا اتخذ الله ولدا. جي. وقالوا اتخذ الله ولدا سبحانه بل له ما في السماوات والأرض.
Yeah. So here, we're just looking at the different how it's used. Yeah. Some say, I don't know whether this is correct, okay, because to me, we've got to really go through the Quran. Maybe Sister Qurata can shed some light. They say that in terms of strength of istidrak, when you want to correct something, when you want to do the contrast, yeah, when you want to concede, it's also istidrak is also concessive. Yeah, that's another word where you say, okay, so this is not right, so this is what it should be. Yeah, so that is also to concede. That's another term for istidrak. They say this is the most gentlest. Lakin is actually the gentlest. This is like moderate when you want to say something is not true. This is like the general thing, except that, but bal is the strongest. That's why when we see bal, it's normally harfu istidrak, without any without any exceptions. Yeah. So so here that's how it is. Yeah. So this is the gentle one, this is the usual one, and this is the strongest one when we want to do istidrak.
SubhanAllah, I never knew that. I never knew that.
Well, I'm not.
SubhanAllah.
I do not know how correct that is. Yes, to tell you the truth, but this is what I read. Yeah,
But it makes sense. Yeah.
So-
Also, can I say something about the bal?
Oh yes.
That ayat وَقَالُوا اتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ وَلَدًا سبحانه. There's a asloob or
A
a correct
style.
way of reading.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
a style
Bal.
that you're supposed to read it.
Okay.
So when you say وَقَالُوا اتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ وَلَدًا, you are supposed to lower your voice and say it in a lower voice. وَقَالُوا اتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ وَلَدًا.
Because of he has
Then you
taken a
raise
son.
your voice at subhana. You raise your voice. And you can, and then never join وَقَالُوا اتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ وَلَدًا subhana. That's wrong, because the blasphemy ends at walada, and the response is coming at subhana. Yeah.
That's why there's
So this is
the
what
kili.
my teacher taught me, that you have to lower your voice. They call it khafid as-sawt. Raise your lower your voice, because you're talking about people
Something that's not true.
blaspheme.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, it's not true, and it's it's such a sad reality that they say this, and then you raise your voice as subhana, and then with the bal as well. When it comes to accentuation, the bal gets the most accentuation in the Quran.
Bal.
So you have to say bal, like you can't say ballahu. No, you can't say bal and then put the accentuation on the lam coming after that. You can't. The bal has to get the accentuation, so it conveys the meaning. Like, so it's very strong. Yeah.
Yes. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Subhanallah.
I don't know if it was relevant, but because it's subhanallah, it's such a nice thing to know, so I shared it.
Yes, that's good for you to share. Alhamdulillah. So we learn a lot today. Alhamdulillah. It's a good day. Okay. So now let's go back to this particular ayat here. Yeah. So this is from Al-Isra, the one just before Al-Kahf surah. And there is actually two things that's happening here with illa. When it's corrective, when it's istidrak, yes. So of course, someone might assume, why doesn't Allah send signs or miracles now? Yeah. Maybe he's unable, subhanallah, of course not, or unwilling. Okay, that might be a possibility. Yeah. So this is the assumption we might make, but we want to correct this. Yeah, we want to correct this assumption, because this is not a correct assumption, that he's unwilling or unable. Yeah, especially unable, because Allah is ala kulli shay'in qadir. He's over everything, powerful. So the ayah corrects that assumption. It's not in reality, rather the real reason is, of course, that the people before this has actually denied it. So Allah has his reasons why he doesn't want to do this. Yeah. So what is the reason that he doesn't want to do this? Now let's have a look. This is the reason. Yeah, the explanation. Yeah, because this is, except that the former people denied them, the illa here, the except here, the istidrak, as well as the reason it's giving. Yes, because the earlier nations rejected miracles, so sending more would only confirm their destruction, not their guidance. Remember, when this is the thing about his justice, like when we see the things that go on in the world that are not right, like the ones in Palestine and so on and so forth, or the people of Gaza, you're wondering why he hasn't done something, something like that. No, because the English have this saying, give him enough rope to hang himself, So sometimes Allah does this. He keeps on letting us do more and more wrong so that we get more and more punished at the end. But sometimes he stops because he doesn't want us to get deeper and deeper into that sin, you know. So this is one of that ayah that does this, yeah, that explains this. Have you heard of any other thing that is said about this particular ayah apart from what I'm sharing here? There are two, yeah. So there's
Yes, yeah.
there's
Yeah.
ta'liliyah, yes, that's one, and the other one is istidrakiyah. So there are two functions of ilah here, one to correct, yeah, and then the other one to explain, yeah. So there's a way of explaining, yeah. So subhanallah. So we have come to the end of our joining of sentences, casual and contrastive, yeah. And what I would like you to do is, I think I owe you one something else, wasn't it, that I have not shared in the group, and I'll come back to you on that. But the other thing is there anything, any other topic that you feel you need to go over? I will just allow one more lesson of this before we start our Irab, because what I plan to do is go over again all the rules of Irab. For some of you, this is like third time I'll be repeating it. It might be the third time you're listening to me, right? For some of you, it'll be the first time. Yes, for some of you, you already know. Yeah. So we will go through the rules of how we do Irab as quickly as we can. And then my intention is to do the Irab and Saf for the Hamim surahs in the Quran. Yeah, and we
That
will
will
finish.
be excellent.
Yeah,
That will be excellent, inshallah.
Inshallah, and we will end with Surat Muhammad. Yeah, which is not the Hamim, but it is the 47th surah in the Quran. So inshallah, we'll do this bit by bit. Yeah, but yeah, if let me know if you have any other topic you want to cover the next lesson. Otherwise, I will just start with like we call a prelim or prerequisite before we actually do the Irab and Saf, because I think Sister Momina, you would like to do that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes,
I know Sister Shira, Sister Quratul Ain, you can do this with your eyes closed, but we will do this again. Yes.
Not really. Can I ask one question? I mean, I feel so bad that I missed the first part. But did Ustad give an English term for istidrak?
Not in his textbook. So this one, I've actually taken it from other sources, contrastive. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
what is the English term according to?
Causal would be
What you
ta'liliyah. Yeah, causal is ta'liliyah.
Right.
Contrastive and concessive is what istidrak is. Contrastive,
Oh, okay.
corrective, and concessive. These three terms were used for
Wow, the
istidrak.
3 C's.
Yes,
Okay, the
three C's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, please
Subhanallah.
could you write it, send it as a text so I remember.
Okay.
So contrastive, concessive, and
As well, corrective. Yeah, corrective.
corrective. Oh,
Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
Okay.
Nobody ever explained it like this to me.
Subhanallah.
Istidrak, yeah.
Okay.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah.
Allah bless you, give you long life and health and iman, inshallah.
Ameen wa iyyakum. For all of us, yeah, for all of us. Okay, then. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
جزاك الله.
جزاك الله خيرا كثيرا.
Ameen wa iyyakum. Barakallahu feekunna.